as well. Now, interruption does not mean that he does not want to listen to you, the examiner. He's just giving you an alarm that this is the time you should stop. Because while you sit in the IELTS test, every single niche of the answer you speak and the question they ask is recorded, and they're tested once again by some other trainers and evaluators in the background. So, for your sake of benefit, they let you know you're about to finish, or let's say some people finish it before time. So they'll let you know you can wrap your part within the next 10 seconds. You have some time left. So that's part two. One question, 1 to 2 minutes, no interruption. You will be the one speaking. You will be given a piece of paper and a pen to frame your answer, and it will be on a very specific topic. Don't worry, tonight we are going to go with the part two as well. And likewise goes part three. Now it's a two-way discussion. It's a broader conversation of part two. So it is continuous to part two, where what happened in part two, we are going to involve a bit technical and extensive questions in that part. Again, we had our part three exercise done in previous IELTS session this week. This session respectively will be for part two. And I'll quickly go through the do's and don't for those who are new to IELTS. These are the following do's and don't for IELTS and specifically part two. First of all, don't worry if the examiner interrupts you, as I said, in the mid-sentence. It won't affect your score. But if you extend the limit of time, it might affect and negate the scores. Avoid giving short answers. Showcase your fluency by extending your answers naturally. Apart from that, what are the do's? Yes, you can use fillers, such as if a question is asked, you can say, let me think, or in my perception. A very good question, I would like to add, something like that. It should not mean that you weren't prepared. Even if you are not, it should be in such a way that it shows your fluency and mastery in English. Apart from that, make the use of that 1 minute of preparation time, which will be given to you in part two in the following session. And don't wait for the examiner to ask you why. Instead, offer the reason for your answer. Like in part two, you will be given 3 sub questions to prepare for. Don't expect from the examiner or the evaluator to say, okay, continue, answer me. No. In part two, you speak continuously. Refrain from speaking too quickly, as it might affect your pronunciation. So good fluency does not mean you speak fast. If something can be spoken at this pace versus something can be spoken at this pace, it won't affect your fluency or it won't give you good marks. Be the natural you. This is a huge mistake. Most of the people who are good speakers, and some of them achieve this British accent, American accent by some means, this might affect your IELTS. When you're sitting against the evaluator or the trainer, never use a made up accent. Try to stay on the accent you are from. So I can see most of us are Indian. Try to speak on the Indian accent part. If you're from Britain, use the British accent, and so for the American. So that's all for the do's and don't. Now let's jump into our tonight's session of IELTS session part 2 by your one and only host, Saksham, the Saksham. So we have first with us Goju Saturo. So Goju, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Wonderful. I hope I was very clear and concise with the rules, regulation, do's and don't. Here we begin with IELTS session part 2. First, I'll request you to please keep a piece of paper and pen alongside with you. Okay, so now I'm going to ask the question and you have to answer it within 1 to 2 minutes. Remember, at max you can speak for 2 minutes, but after you hit the mark of 2 minutes, I might interrupt and ask you to wrap it up within the next 10 seconds. Are you ready, Goju?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wonderful. So the question for you for part 2 is describe a foreign country you would like to go. You can talk about it, what foreign country it is, why you want to go, what fascinates the most about this country. I'll repeat. Describe a foreign country you would like to go, which country is it, why you want to go, and what fascinates the most about this country. Now you're given 30 seconds to think about it. Let me know when you're ready and start with your answer.
Okay. Can I start?
Whenever you would like to.
Okay. So I want to go in USA. I want to go in a USA because I want to see how the administration works in that country. How just like we are a democratic country, and so I want to clearly see that uh, what type of is people have all fundamental rights, and how they are enjoying, and what are the conditions of minorities in their country. And uh, I want to enjoy, or I want to see their culture. I want to learn something from them. Apart from that, uh, just like they used to say that or they shows their concern about the human rights in other countries. So I want to see that how human rights work in their country, how the media works, uh, is there is transparency or not. If I will go there and I will learn something from their country, so I will share these views to my fellow Indians. And uh, yeah, as a good citizen, so I can also raise my voice what's problem in my country, as I have seen there. So if their things can work properly, so why they cannot work in our country? And I have heard that in the USA, or in the USA, like the climate and sorry, like they used to, their streets are very clean, everything is fine. So I want to see those things.
Wonderful, wonderful, Gojo. You were exactly at time at 2 minutes and 0 seconds. Won't be a problem. Gojo, your ideals are pretty furnished. They are pretty fine, but there are a few grammatical errors here and there. So first you said I want to go in the US. The corrected form is I want to go to the US. So yeah, it's very clear. Pronunciations were pretty good. Ideals, as I said, is fine. And again, the grammatical error is people have. So when people is plural, you can say, does the people have the appropriate amount of freedom? You said, is the people have. So it's grammatically incorrect. And there was this one repetition, the redundancy of the word and. So the thing is, you are an exceptional speaker. Avoid using repetition. See, in IELTS, they might not deduct your mark at grammar or grammatical uh, construction because most of the time they are zoned out itself. But they will see and look at a few things. That is repetition. I want to, you said it 3 times. So this is very clear. As I can mention, you spoke this for the 3 times and you use it repeatedly. Think about the examiner. A few changes here and there, and there is nothing that you have to change to be a very good IELTS speaker. But if I have to give you a band, it would be a 5.5 out of 9. Yet it was amazing. A few places of correction is still needed. Wonderful session there, Coach.
Okay, thank you so much, bro. Nice experience. I have like first time participated. So
More to come, more to come. Thank you so much for joining in. And we have with us our co-host here as well, Samira. Can you please let me know who's the next participant joining in?
The next participant we have Ram. Ram, are you there on the VC right now?
Yeah, I am good. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, Ram. Good evening. So let's begin with your IELTS Part 2 session. I hope you're clear with the ideals, rules and regulation of Part 2 IELTS. That is a positive. Let's go with the question. So please keep a piece of paper and pen aside you. The question for you is, describe a gift that you recently gave to others. You can talk about what the gift was, whom did you give it to, what was special and useful about it. I'll repeat. Describe a gift that you recently gave to others. You can talk about what the gift was, whom did you give the gift to, and what was the special thing or unique thing about the gift for them? You're given 30 seconds to think about it. Whenever you're ready, please start with your answer.
So, hello everyone. Once I gave a book of Spectrum to my friend, which was a old book, as a gift on his birthday. As I was aware that he's also preparing for UPSC exams, and he used to read with the help of PDFs, which were placed in his computer. But I thought if he have this book, it will be helpful for him. So I gave him, and yes.
Sorry
Ram,
for
you,
where can I join you?
yes, 007, you may write in the chat. Thank you. You can write that I want to take part in this speaking session. Yes. Talking about you, Ram, you spoke for 34 seconds. You have a bit more time to speak about the queue. If you want to wrap it up,
Okay, I want to speak more about the Q, more about this topic. It was the book Spectrum which I gave to my friend on his birthday. I thought it would be helpful for him because he was preparing for UPSC exams, and he was really very happy. Also, it was a used book. So, as we know, books are not old. It was giving a compliment to it because it has some marked headings and some highlighted portions also, which was really very helpful for him. He actually said that he really liked this book, and it has some flashcards also placed, and he really get help from for its UPSC journey and preparing for it. And yes, so after giving that gift, I also find happiness because I was thinking what gift I should give him. If it may be some sweet, some um, n- another thing, but I thought that book should be given because it will be the best gift. It will be actually helpful for him, and in his journey, in his throughout the life, it will be helpful. So that's why I chose that gift.
that's much better framed answer. But in the later section, what you did, Ram, you made a slight mistake that you just spoke for 34 seconds. Now that is a huge deduction while you speak in IELTS Part 2. Unlike Part 1 and Part 3, you were given a minute to two to only talk about the topic. It's not a problem. I think it's your first time with IELTS Part 2 session. Not a problem. Let's say they said gift. So what the gift was. IELTS Part 2 is all about framing a story, a small story about how, what, whom, adding more things to it. So you can generally talk about, and it's not really required for you to have real instances. You can make one. Let's say I have a very good friend of mine. It was his birthday. Throughout the whole week, I was brainstorming that what should I give to him. Now we are together studying since last few years. You can talk about your journey with your friend for 2 sentences, 3 sentences, and then you can add, I know him for a very long time. He has a very curious mind into books. And likewise, he's preparing for UPSC. So I found this particular book naming, let's say, Theory of Everything, written by Stephen Hawkins. So that you're making a story out of it. Now, whom it was, you answered. What it was, you also answered. And in the later section, you can talk about what was special about it. You can continue talking about the book consists of the theory of everything, as the name suggests. It is a scientific book, less teaching about philosophy and inclining it with human sciences. Now, I know being an UPSC student, it will generally help him, but it's a memento from my end to our friendship for such long lasting years. Something to make it impressive. I know IELTS Part 2 seems a bit difficult. How can I make questions and answer them? But it is how it goes. But one thing has to be said, wonderful speaker, fluency at max, pronunciation no problem. Just consider this time duration and it will come to you again. Please do join the next section as well. The more you practice, the better it is for you. So
Thank
let's
you
move
so
ahead
much.
with welcome, Ram. Welcome. Let's move ahead with the next participant. I think it's PJ. Yes, it is PJ. PJ, are you there? PJ,
Hello.
are you there in the BC? Yeah,
Hello.
wonderful,
Yes, good
wonderful.
evening.
A very good evening,
Can you
PJ.
please take the other members in the queue? Meanwhile, I'm working something else.
Not a problem.
After
We
that,
can have the next.
yes, yes. After two or
Not
three participants, I will join.
not a problem. Let's
Thank
move ahead
you
with the
very
next.
much. Yes.
Yeah, the next participant after PJ. It's Bunny. Bunny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Bunny. Yeah. A very good evening, Bunny. I hope you know the structure of IELTS and IELTS Part 2 session that we are having tonight.
Yeah, I would love to know about the time duration that I have.
Yeah, the time duration is 1 to 2 minutes for each answer. You will be given one cue card. Will be given further questions to build upon. 2 minutes at max. And if you want, you can extend for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. After that, the examiner and your trainer tonight, me, will ask you to wrap the question and the summary. I hope that's clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Wonderful. So please keep a pen and a piece of paper aside to you. The question for you at part 2 here tonight is describe an interesting song. You can talk about what the song was, why was it interesting, who was the artist, what fascinates you most about the song. I'll repeat. Describe an interesting song, what the song was, who the artist was, what fascinates you most about the song. You're given 30 seconds to think about the answer, and please start when you're ready.
Okay, shall I start?
You can.
Yeah. So, one of the most interesting song I've ever come across would be Unstoppable by Sia. I came across this song a couple of years ago, and what makes this song stand out for me from rest of the other songs out there would be the artist, because Sia is such a legendary and a recognized singer, and the fact that each and every lyrics is so, it, I can just relate with it. It's each and every lyrics, each and every word, and all all the lyrics that they have added to the song, just it's like cherry on the top. And the singer, the music that they have used, and I would say each and every word, I mean the kind of vocabulary that they have used is top notch. And the fact that it's motivating, it's something that lifts me up whenever I'm feeling low. This song just helps me boost my mood, and it just helps me get back on track. So I just turn to this song whenever I feel low, whenever I get lost, whenever I'm feeling a bit off, or things just don't work out the way I think it to be. So this song has always been my go-to song to listen to whenever I need motivation in life. So I do have a special connection with this song. So the fact that the artist and the lyrics are so relatable. So yeah, this song seems to be the most interesting to me, and it's exceptional because of the fact that everything is just perfect. It's like as perfect as rain. Everything is just right in the place. The artist, the lyrics, the song, even the tunes that they have added in between the song is just amazing. So yeah, this is the reason why I found this song to be the most interesting one out there. Yeah.
Wonderfully spoken, and I have to say, 1 minute and 54 seconds. The answer was pretty well structured. If I were to be your examiner, that would be a solid 8.5 out of 9. Exceptional speaking. Fluency at max, again, punctuations were clear, and the ideals that you took were amazing, up to the mark. But there was only one slight mistake, and only a good examiner, if the examiner is not being too punctual about it, it's a very good speech. But if he's punctual, he might object the repetition of the thoughts. Like you said, the song was engaging thrice, and there were a few repetitions again and again. Okay, That is a good repetition, but I think you cannot just repeat a phrase of it. But I have to say, if this has to be the best IELTS Part 2 by far. A minute and 54, a great speech. A solid 8.5 out of 9 in the IELTS band for this. Great speaking, Money, and see you till the next time.
Yeah, I'll definitely work on the repetition part.
Yes. So let's move ahead with our next participant. The next participant for the night is Scorpion. Scorpion, are you there in the VC? Scorpion? Okay, Scorpion isn't available right now. So let's move ahead with Krishna. Krishna, are you there in the VC?
Sir, I am here. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Very good evening to you, Krishna. I hope you know the rules and regulation of IELTS Speaking Part 2. Wonderful. So let's move ahead with your question. Please keep a piece of paper and pen aside you. The question for you tonight in IELTS Part 2 is, describe a creative inventor or musician. Who is he? What is one piece of art by him that you recognize? What's creative about the inventor or the musician? You're given 30 seconds to think about your answer. Please feel free to answer it back. Yes, Krishna, you can begin with your answer. Okay, I can see she's not available in the VC. Won't be a
Sir,
problem.
sorry to interrupt you. So tell me, when will my turn come?
According to the list, it isn't there. Samira, can you please put his name 007 in the list as well?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and Krishna is not there in the VC. I think she left. Not a problem. Let's move ahead with the next member. It is Jamil. Jamil, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, we meet again, Jamil, the best speaker across here. How are you?
Thank you, sir. Yes, I'm doing great. What about you, sir?
I'm
How
fine
are
as
things
well.
with you?
Things have
Okay.
gone a bit rough, but as it says, the show must go on. So we are here.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully everything will be fine with you within a
Wonderful.
bit.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So let's begin with our IELTS session part 2. The question for you this time, please keep a piece of paper and a pen aside with you as well. We'll go with the same question as Krishna, as she wasn't there. The question for you is, describe a creative inventor or musician. Who this inventor or musician was, what was soundful about him slash her, and what is creative about him slash her. You're given 30 seconds to think about it. Keep your answer concise within 2 minutes of frame, and you can start whenever you feel to.
Okay, sir. What is the second additional question after who is the creative inventor?
What is soundful about the inventor or musician? You can talk about one thing that he invented, or the musician, a piece of art that they gave to the society that makes him creative in your mind.
And the third one, please.
Again, describe about his art. So you can first tell the creativity put in and then describe the art he gave or her gave.
Okay, yeah.
Please start when you're ready. And the time for you is 2 minutes. You can extend till 2 minutes and 10 seconds at max.
Yeah, I can start.
Please do.
Okay. A creative inventor, to my experience or my in throughout my life journey, I found I have many of them. I saw many people with innovative um, approach or something creative, not anything very normal kind of creativity. They shows something with their latent talent that many distinguished people in the history have made, such as Einstein, Alfred Nobel, Socrates, Plato. They did something. Okay, maybe from my observation or my experience, they are not up to that mark. But what they did, they that was obviously out of anybody's assumption or capability. So today I am going to talk about a person who is a banker. Being a banker, someone should not supposed to be uh, that much uh, skilled or experienced with expert over computer programming. However, this person is super skilled and talented person that over the Microsoft Office course, program, there is an option in Access programming, Microsoft Access. So there is the option of macro. Macro has even the highest commanding power of shutting down a computer by just making a simple command button or command code. So in a bank, when everyone was very much in a tight schedule or a shoestring time limitation to submit their work by changing or replacing some word of the corporation or some large company name to be replaced over all the sheets and papers of the documents. So this person has made it very simply that the command of the code of macro has that he has been innovated or invented that
Yes.
made the work super simple.
This is to inform you that you have already crossed the mark for speech. You're given 10 seconds to wrap your answer and summarize it. 10 seconds.
So he is my one of my colleague since we were in my childhood school life. So I am so much proud of him that he did it. Though I have also a similar kind of qualification to do some sort of works. I did some sort of help, by the way, but I'm not taking any credit for that. So yes, I believe we just do not to go through our mainstream of the coursework or education. We should take other extra handler activities or skills to be sharp with. That could help us to fill many bridges throughout our career. Thank you.
Wonderfully spoke, Jamil. Again, I'll say the same thing. Amazing speaker, amazing punctuation, amazing fluency, grammar, no error. But there's this small thing. While, and this is for everyone, while you sit in the aisles, there is a time where you should have this timestamp mark with you. If you speak or if you exceed the speech, then the examiner has this right to stop you. And again, I don't want to go like in a real sense of IELTS because it comes with practice. You spoke for 3 minutes and 1 second. You are 1 second extended to what general IELTS Part 2 speech is all about. First thing. Second thing, there were very small changes, of very minute errors you make. For my observation, they are not up to the mark. It should be from my observation. Someone not supposed to be that much skilled. So these are a few small grammatical errors that you make. But the thing is, while you speak in IELTS, an amazing speaker like you, these does not highlight that much. But timing is a huge issue with that. And Jamil, I think this is the second time I told you this. Previously, the same mistake, timing. So you can do one thing. Next time when you come to this session or when you go to another session of IELTS, keep your personal timer alongside with you. So it will give
Yeah,
you a
yes,
timestamp of
yes, definitely. I was thinking about it. Yes, I did it before, by the way, but I forgot to make it right at this time or at present. But yes, I have remembered my strategy, keeping the timer in front of me so that I can be on time.
yes. And there is one thing with IELTS. What I see in most members, they speak less than what they should. But it's opposite with you. You gave 1 minute or one whole minute in the beginning discussing the storyline, the background of the question, not particularly answering the question. Now, see, it's a very good thing that you frame your story because again, in IELTS part 2, you have to do the same, but it should be at most for 30 seconds. And if you want 45 seconds.
Yes, yes, of course. Yes, I will try to be, time conscious with the introductory part within 20 seconds or 25 seconds. Then I will have to make the concluding part as well. I know everything, but yes, from next time I will keep the timer in front of me so that I can keep track of my time. Thank you
Won't
for
be a problem.
your suggestion.
Another amazing session with you. Thank you so much, Jamil. Now
Thank you.
let's move ahead with our previous member, PJ, who wasn't available that time. PJ, are you available now? PJ, are you there? PJ, if you're there in the VC, we can move ahead with your session.
Hello,
Yes,
sir. It will take some more time, sir. Please, I'm cooking
it
because
won't be a problem. Won't be a
yes,
problem, but it should be
yes,
before
sir.
the end of our IELTS session. Let's move
Yeah,
ahead
sure,
with the
sure, sure,
next
sir.
member.
Okay.
Let's move ahead with the next member. Sima, are you there? Sima? Sima, are you there in the session? It's your turn for the IELTS part 2.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
A very good evening, Sima. I hope you know the rules and regulations of IELTS session part 2.
Yes.
Wonderful. Please keep a piece of paper and pen aside you. The question for you at this session of IELTS part
Uh,
2, yeah,
Sir, one request. It's my humble request to you. I am here in first time, so please ask me simple questions. I'm very nervous about this.
okay, won't be a problem. I'll keep the question as easy as possible for the first time.
Okay.
So, yeah, the question for you for IELTS part 2 is describe an interesting animal. You can answer what
Yes.
the animal was, what was interesting about the animal. You have to talk for 2 minutes at most. You will be given a 10-second extension to wrap your answer, and you're given 30 seconds to think about it. Please start when you're ready.
Okay. Uh, the most interesting animal is for me is the. Sorry, sir. I'm very nervous today.
Okay, I can help you with the nervousness as well, and for all other members who might be nervous at their turn, the answer to this is very simple. Make a story out of it. Why, how, answer yourself while making up the story. That's how part 2 goes. You're never prepared for it. It comes to you when you start speaking. So gather up the guts, describe an interesting animal. Once again, Simba, I'll give you 30 more seconds because it's your first time. And it can be your first time and forever. So take the step, try to answer it.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, if you allow me, sir, I could, I can, I'll try to provide some suggestion to overcome the nervousness of Seema.
Mohammed Jamil, we could have done that same, but it's an IELTS session right now. So it is bounded up with the host and the participant one at a time.
Okay,
We'll take
okay,
this to another session. Yeah. And for all the members, this is host with one participant and one participant only. So please keep it that way. And Sima, you
Yes, sir.
answer.
Actually, I'm very good listener, but I can't speak in front of any people. Still,
It's
I'm
fine.
feeling nervous, please.
It will come to you with practice. If you won't take this step, you won't practice anymore. So here at EL, we are trying to help you and make sure that you practice well with this. Try answering. If not, you can listen to more people, and at the end, we'll come back to you.
Okay, sir. This one is better.
Okay, won't be a problem. This question suffice for you, but make sure that you come at the end with a good answer. Prepare yourself.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Definitely.
by this time, let's move ahead with the next participant. So the next participant after Sima is 007. Finally, it's your turn. 007
Oh, thank you, sir.
won't be
I
a
don't.
problem. I hope by this time you know the rules and regulation for IELTS Part 2.
Uh, Actually, this is my first time, actually, sir.
Won't be a problem. I'll repeat it for you and all the other new members joined the VC. In Part 2 of
Okay, sir.
IELTS, you're given 1 to 2 minutes to answer a question. A question is pretty straightforward, like we had in the previous section that was describe an interesting animal. You will be given 1 to 2 minutes to answer. The evaluator and your trainer tonight, Saksham, won't interrupt you unless and until you stay in the time bounded. That is 2 minutes and 10 seconds at max. You can answer
Okay.
various types of questions. In most of the part, you're given sub questions related to describing anything. But if you are not given, unlike my IELTS test, I wasn't given any sub questions. So I had to make my own sub questions and had to answer accordingly. But for the ease of the members who are joining in for the first time, we will provide you with the sub questions to answer on them as well. Please stay
Okay,
in the
sir.
time. Don't say less than the bounded time. Be yourself, be fluent. It's all about how good of a story maker are you.
Okay, sir.
Wonderful. So I hope that's clear for all, including 007. Let's begin with your part 2 of IELTS.
Okay, sir.
Please keep a piece of paper and pen beside you. The question
Okay,
for
sir.
you tonight is describe a meal you had with your friends. You can talk about the occasion, you can talk about your friends, what cuisine you had for the meal, how did it go? I'll repeat it. Describe a meal you had with your friends. What was the occasion? Who were your friends? What cuisine the meal was? And how did it go?
Okay, sir.
You're
Uh,
given 30 seconds to think about it. Please start whenever you're ready.
so can we start?
Yes, you can.
So my favorite occasion is Diwali. It's a festival of lights, and my best friend is Akshay. He's my classmate, and my favorite cuisine is gajar ka halwa. Uh, I want to include my f- okay. I can't.
Won't be a problem. It's your first time. You're doing really well. You spoke for 32 seconds. We'll do it once again. Talk about the meal with your friends, not about the questions. Make a story. Again, IELTS Part 2 is all about making a story up and answering the question throughout the way. We'll do it once again. What do you say?
Mm,
Okay, this time, make a story. Yes, it is Diwali, but you should start with a meal that I shared with my friends was during the
okay.
occasion of Diwali. Then answer along as you go. So the timer for you starts again. Whenever you're ready, please start speaking.
Okay, sir. The favorite meal shared with my friend is gajar ka halwa. This gajar ka halwa, actually, this is my favorite dish, and my favorite occasion is Diwali. It's a festival of lights, Actually, Diwali celebrated on the basis of Shri Ram come to home after 21 years. That's the story. And my favorite cuisine again, gajar ka halwa. The recipe of the gajar ka halwa is so that's it.
Not a problem. A very good start for the first time, 007. We did 2 takes on that question. I'll give you the remark for this, but I hope you should stay and listen to other members as well. First of all, Gajar ka halwa is a dish. It's not a cuisine. So when I asked you a meal that you shared with your friend, you could have said, it was the occasion of Diwali. Usually on Diwali, we meet our friends and exchange gifts. After
Okay.
that, we consider having a collaborative celebration, or in layman, we call it puja. And after that, we move ahead with sharing and exchanging sweets. That would be the one part of the meal I remember. A lot of friends of mine brought different types of sweets. Some brought the sweets from the side of West Bengal. Some brought the sweet a bit on the spicy, tangy, and towards the side of Gujarat. So you can talk about the cuisines coming in from different states. Again, that does not mean you have to be all the ways you have to be real. Again, you were talking about gajar ka halwa. It can be a dish out of the meal. It's a subcategory
Okay.
of the meal. It's not a meal. If I ask you, what did you had? You cannot say I had lunch, dinner, breakfast, and gajar ka halwa. That's a different section, right? So you
Okay.
should be talking about the meal you exchanged. But I would say that was a very good start for the first time. I remember I wasn't that good as well. But with practice, it will all be perfect. Don't worry,
So,
007. Yes.
so I have a question for you. How to
Uh,
start a topic? Actually, I don't know how to start a topic. I'm really confused how to start a topic. I'm perplexed how to start a topic.
one thing with you, you have very good fluency. You have very good punctuations, and the words you use are pretty darn amazing. How to start is how you usually start a conversation. The thing is, we think in Hindi and then we convert it to English. Start
Okay.
thinking in the approach of English itself. How to start it? If I put a question in front of you, what is your favorite cuisine? The first question was describe a meal that you had with your friends. So you can talk about what we talk in Hindi is okay, I went to somewhere, I had food. Okay, I'm going to speak it like this. There was this
Sure.
time of festival of Diwali. So that is how you start. First, start the story's place, when it happened. Later on, you can start adding upon who were you with? My family members, my friends. Then you can start talking about, oh, the cuisines we shared. Now, I didn't ask you to say the actual story. You can talk about a scenario. My friend from Gujarat came in, my friend from Maharashtra came in, my friend from UP came in. Now, this will also test your general quest as well, that how good are you at making up a good story. And that does not matter if the story is real or not. If the story has the essence and the answers it should have. Again, as a beginner, it was a wonderful session with you, 007. Again, the answer
Okay,
to
sir.
your question,
Thank you.
the more you listen, the more you practice by yourself, the better you will be at starting up things. I hope I was
Okay.
able to help you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for.
Please stay intact and do come to the next sessions as well. And let's move ahead with our next member in the list, and that's Dot. DOT Dot. Are you there with us?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm there.
Wonderful. 007, can you please mute your mic? Yes, thank you. Dot, please come ahead. I hope you know the rules and regulations of our IELTS session part 2.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
You're aware of it. And before we go ahead, this has to be our last participant for the night. And I don't want to end this session at this moment. So, for those who think and are pretty confident, or for the beginners, or for the intermediates, or for the advanced, please do recommend your name and we can take, or if someone wants to go again for IELTS session tonight, they can give their name right now. You can see that we are
So
pretty
you got
flexible.
my
Hi, Prerna. Please give your name by tagging my name at the rate and then tag my name into the chat. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So let's move ahead with you, Dot. I hope you know the rules and regulation of IELTS Part 2. Please keep a piece of paper and a pen alongside with you.
Yeah.
So the question for you for tonight's IELTS Part 2 is, describe a time you needed to use imagination. Now that's a tricky one. I'll repeat it. Describe a time you needed to use imagination. You can talk about why you had to use it, what was the innovation or imagination you used, what were the outcomes. I'll repeat. Describe a time you needed to use imagination. You are given 30 seconds to think about your answers and start when you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
By the time, if we have any other members who want to join, who are interested, this is your IELTS session, IELTS Part 2 for tonight. Now this session is special tonight because usually our other members and other host takes Part 1 and Part 3. But we should not forget, of course, about the Part 2 IELTS as well. And you can see a few members are new, some are struggling, some are not. This has equal hold to the test like the others. Now, there are not any particular marking decided for them, but again, we can do the best and help you for the best. And I hope, Dot, you're ready with your answer.
Yeah, can I start?
Wonderful. Yes, the time for you starts now.
Okay. So, one memorable occasion when I had to use my imagination was during a college project where we were tasked with creating an innovative solution to reducing the plastic waste on our campus. Now, our team decided to design a smart recycling bin that could automatically sort different types of waste into itself. And like we needed to think creatively because we wanted our solution to both be effective and user friendly, not too hi-fi and very techy. So the idea was to integrate sensors and AI technology to identify the sorts of plastic and materials and organic waste which was used into making that sort of plastic. Now, one of the major challenges that we faced was that technical complexity of the project. Now, none of us had any extensive experience with that of AI and or sensor technology, so we had to learn it on the go. And additionally, we had to ensure like the design and the model was very cost effective and could be implemented within the budget which was allocated to us. Despite the challenges, the project was incredibly rewarding. We spent countless hours brainstorming and prototyping and then testing our design. A lot went into it. In the end, our smart bin was like a prototype which worked very successfully, and we presented to the college innovation fair. The students' feedback received from the teachers and the judges were immensely gratifying. Now, this experience not only was very honed, it honed my problem solving skills and also taught me the value of perseverance and teamwork. I would like to end it here. Thank you.
Wonderful there. You're accurate for the time. It was 2 minutes and 1 seconds for you, Dot. I would say the answer you structured was very well, and I'll give you a solid first of the night, 9 out of 9 in this band. Because the question itself, for those who didn't know, it was an IELTS C2 level question. That is, the top 6% of good IELTS speakers can only answer that. And I have to say, I was flabbergasted the way you answered. Wonderful there. There were a few grammatical errors, but as I said, if you stop considering small minor grammatical errors and move ahead with the concept, with the idea, and the organization, we have it there, Dot. You can have a 9 on 9 in this test. Wonderful there. I have literally no remarks to put on. That was an amazing speech by composed, calm, and up to the mark. Thank you so much for joining in, Dot.
I'm humble. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. So let's move ahead with our next member. It's Ivan. Ivan, are you there in the VC?
Yes, hello.
Yeah. A very good evening, Ivan.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, I hope you knew the rules and regulations of IELTS Part 2. If not, it would be great for me to repeat it again.
Like, I don't know, like, I'm participating in first time. So, if you can.
Not a problem. Again, for the new participants, I'll quickly wrap the rules and regulation. This is IELTS Part 2. IELTS have 3 sections, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. In our EL, English Learners Group, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have IELTS Part 1 and Part 3 practice. But today is exclusive. This is Thursday, and we have IELTS Part 2. If you feel to join Part 1 and Part 3 practice, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is the address for you. For Part 2, here we are tonight. In the Part 2 section, we have to answer one question. You can have sub-questions regarding that as well. Now, each question you have to answer for 1 to 2 minutes, at max 2 minutes and 10 seconds. The question is easy, but it's towards making up a story while answering all the questions asked to you. I hope that was easy, and it will come more the more you listen to the other participants. I hope, Ivan, that was clear.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So please keep a piece of paper and a pen alongside with you. This is the question for you tonight for Part 2 of IELTS. That is, describe what you think would be the perfect job for you. Again, it's a good level question. I'll repeat it. Describe what you think would be the perfect job for you. You can talk about what was the job you want, why would it be perfect, and how will you succeed. You are given 30 seconds to think about it. Please keep your answer at max 2 minutes. Start when you're ready.
Okay. Mhm. Yes.
Yes, you can
So,
start.
yeah, so, like, this is my first time. So, like, please, like, excuse me for my mistakes. Like,
Lord,
according to me, according to me, like, I want to do a job which gives me respect and freedom to do anything what I want in future, and which gives me satisfaction also, and which like which serves all the like things which I always dreamt. Uh, so that would be good job for me, and I think uh, I always dreamt for uh, a prestigious government post, and if I will uh, act according to that particular exam level of competition, uh, then maybe I can perform better uh, in that particular exam. Uh, so, like, how can I frame the next part of my answer?
to be
Getting
honest,
stuck.
it was a perfect answer in my idea.
Mhm.
It was 1 minute and 30 seconds, a bit less than what you should answer for. But again, for the first
Mhm.
time, I don't believe it for the first time that it's your first time. I think we had done this previously. But jokes apart, it was pretty well shaped. And it's a solid
Mhm.
6.57 out of 9, which makes you a B1, B2 speaker in the field of IELTS and speaking English. Again, I'll say, for the first time, it was very well. Notes to be taken, you should
Mhm.
concise your answer, but you can add more to it. Again, it's a story making. It does not matter, it has to be real or not. Yes, I want to be
Oh,
an IAS officer. You can talk about the field you want to suggest. Or else, okay,
mm,
you can talk more about IELTS officer, talking about me. I want to be a medical AI
mm,
researcher. I would particularly would love to work in this field and with this company
mm,
in the future. Something to frame your answer. But again, you answered almost every other question that was asked to you. And that was an amazing session.
mm.
For the first time, Ivan, I'll give you a 7 out of 9. Amazing.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you.
Wonderful. Later, we have is Jannat. And before we move ahead with any other participant, I would like to renounce that what other members are left. It's Akashi, Jannat, Prerna, and Junior. And I have to apologize to everyone. We cannot have any more members because we are running out of the time. Amrit. Okay, Amrit as well. So the last member to be added in the list is Amrit. Let's move ahead with Jannat. Jannat, are you there? Jannat, are you there in the VC? Okay, Jannat isn't there. So sadly, we'll move ahead with the next participant, Prerna. Prerna, are you there in the VC?
Yes.
Yes, you are. Wonderful. A very good evening. Let's move ahead with your IELTS Part 2 session. I hope you know the rules and regulation. So let's quickly jump to the
Yes, sir.
question. Wonderful. Please keep a piece of paper and a pen alongside with you.
Yes, sir.
And the question for you is, and that's a good one, describe a sports stadium that's important in your country. Describe a
Okay.
sport stadium that's important in your country. You should be talking about what the stadium is, what sport it serves, what city is it in your country, and what's the purpose of the stadium. You're given 30 seconds. And if I predict this might be related to cricket, so all the best and heads up to the listeners and fans of cricket. It will be a great session there. So you're given 30 seconds to think
Sorry,
about
sir.
your
Can you
answer.
please change my question? I'm not
Oh,
able to brainstorm about it.
won't be a problem. Sadly, we'll change the question as well. So let's keep it a bit easy on the easier side. Describe a difficult decision that you made. Again, I'll repeat it. Describe a difficult decision that you made. Why was the decision difficult? What the decision was? What were the outcomes? Please speak for at least 2 minutes and
Okay,
yes,
sir.
keep it that way. You're given 30 seconds to think about it. Frame your answer. And for all of the members, my strict apologies. We cannot take any more members, but I can see Amrit and Rajat. We'll keep that in mind. Won't be a problem. Please start when you're ready.
Hello, sir. I'm back,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If you
Start.
don't mind, after Prerna, can you please take me?
Yes, PJ, we would. And to all the participants and member joining
Okay,
in,
okay.
try texting it in the VC. Let's not disorient
Okay, okay.
the
Then,
session. Won't be a problem.
uh,
So
right,
may I
sir.
start?
Thank you.
Yes, Prerna, you're up.
The most difficult decision I took 2 months ago was breaking my 3-year-old relationship. So I made this very with a heavy heart. The reason was there were many things that was not working with between us. That was difficult because we had shared a lot of nice moments. We have already thought for getting married, but we tried a lot, but we were not able to make that out. So that was difficult for me, and the outcome was like uh, so many words. I mean, I'm not able to speak.
It's fine. Again, as said, you have to frame a story. It can be uh, made up as well. You don't have to go on the real side because I know the time you might have gone through. But again, it was a good story. You answered the part of why it was difficult for you, a decision. Again, the outcome session was missing, not a problem. If you want, Prerna, we can change the question, or else you would like to move ahead on the session.
No, sir, I can't.
Won't be a problem. So let's keep it that way. Wonderful part, Prerna. Uh, apart from being a bit too over the sentiments, it was amazing. And the emotions were, again, at its peak. So overall, it was a good speech. Yes, it wasn't time related. It was only 1 minute. But yes, you can improve. It depends on question as well. So thank you for joining, Prerna. We'll move
Yes.
ahead with the next participant, PJ. Yes, finally it's you after half an hour. Yeah, are you there? PJ.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So I hope you know the rules and regulation by this time. Let's move ahead with the question. The next question for you. And please keep
Yes,
a
sir.
piece of
Yes,
paper
sir.
and
But I request you, please be simple because I'm not so much proficient.
everyone is likewise. I won't push the question that much. The questions will be easy to answer as well as easy to understand. So let's keep it simple.
Yes.
Describe a time when someone apologized to you. I'll repeat it. Describe a time when someone apologized to you. What was the scenario? Again, what was the scenario? Who apologized to you? And why he apologized? You are given 30 seconds to think about the
Okay.
question and the answer and start when you're ready. Keep it up to at max 2 minutes. I repeat, at max 2 minutes.
Shall I start, sir?
You may.
Yes. Um, if I talk about an incident, uh, some days back, one of the person from our society has stolen my two-wheeler bike, and because sometimes I used to go through by my car, and sometimes I used my bike for going to the office. So that day, I went to the office by my car. So after came back when I returned to the from the office, then next day I I decided to go by bike. Then I went to the station of my bike. I went to the bike station. Then I found that the bike is not there. After that, I I I written a complaint to my society, and I went to the society office, maintenance office. After that, after the investigation, and after the check all the cameras of our society, we found that a person who was also belonging to our society, he has stolen the bike from the parking. And after that, all the members gathered there, and um, also I have registered an FIR also for the same. The police also came at that time, but when uh, his parents, means his father and mother, also requested and apologized apologized to me that means we are really sorry, and because our son is means he's habitual for the drink. So at that time he was drunk, and that's why he has stolen. And might be he had to go to somewhere. Uh, that's why he has stolen. But they agree and accepted. But their son was not accepting. Means at that time he was fully drunk. Means he was not in conscience. He was conscious, not conscious. So,
Wonderful,
that was the
wonderful
incident.
IELTS part 2, PJ. I have to say, apart from the timing issue, you spoke for almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I didn't want to stop you because your storyline was about to end. But jokes apart, it was a good story. Apart from that, grammatical errors. Yes. Again, the
Okay.
portion of repetition, try not to repeat and. This is a very common word. Yeah, we all repeat the word and, the redundancy section. Try to use different word. Although, whenever, but, extending to, illustrating the fact, something like that. These are known as connectors. And is also a conjunction, and so the other words. Rather than using a typical
Can you
conjunction
please
and,
repeat,
but,
sir?
and, yeah,
Some.
I'm saying that rather than using typical conjunctions, you can use connectors. Although,
Yes.
okay, is in good exchange to that. You can also use further words such as in my idea, or apart from this delusion, something like that, which you can use as a connector. Okay, I can give you,
Okay.
actually it will be provided to you by our EL members. We can provide a whole PDF list of connectors to be used in IELTS. This will not only help you right now in part 2, but part 1 and
Right, sir.
part 3 as well. So that's a good way to start. But again, I'll say that wasn't your first time. Be honest with me. You spoke really well. Because the first thing you need to understand in IELTS is to speak up to the time. Most of the people speak either more than the time or lesser than the time. If you achieve that one thing, that you know there's a clock ticking in your mind, you know when to stop at the 2 minute marker. That's it. You
No,
are
2 minutes we need to mark in our mind only, or we need to watch, keep means by clock.
the thing
Anything
is,
else
you
means how
won't be
can we
given
keep it in my mind?
yes, you won't be given a time or clock in front of the evaluator when you're sitting with them, and they will check
Okay.
this. This comes with practice. Put a timer. You know your word speed. Let's say for me, my speed of speech is a bit quick. So I know I have to speak 4 sentences at a time. You can speak 2 to 3. And I can see that if you answer each question in 3 sentences, and if you answer 3 questions, that's 2 minutes for you. You can write it somewhere. If you increase your efficiency, that's different. But with right now, 3 questions can take 3 sentences for you to fulfill 2 minute mark. Again, that was a good section with you, PJ. And finally, your chance arrived. Let's move ahead with the next members in
Okay. Thank you,
the
sir.
queue. Wonderful there, wonderful. Let's move with Akshi. Akshi, are you there in the VC?
Yes,
Yes, I hope I
I'm
pronounce your name right.
right. It's Akshi.
Akshi. My apologies. Akshi, let's begin with your IELTS part. And I know it's already been delayed. My apologies there once again. I hope you know the rules and regulations of IELTS Part 2 by this time. Please keep a piece of paper and pen alongside with you. The question for you is, describe a story or novel you have recently read that you found particularly interesting. I'll repeat it. Describe a story or novel you read recently that you found particularly interesting. Yeah. You can talk about the story or the novel you read. Talk about
Right.
why you found it interesting. What was that one thing you loved about it? I repeat, you can talk what the novel or story was, why you found it particularly interesting, and what was the one thing that is a takeaway or you loved about it. You're given 30 seconds to think about it, and you will be given almost 2 minutes to answer that. Take your time. When you're ready, start speaking. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, Akshi.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm
Wonderful.
ready.
So the timer for you starts now.
Well, I'm not a very good reader, but still I tried reading. I want to cultivate this habit in my routine. So recently I read a book about virtual assistant as I'm pursuing this course. So I go for the book, and it was about a famous the book famous virtual assistant Eric Booth, and how she pursue uh, this course, and how she become a best virtual assistant in the corporate world. And she tells that where she started, and how she started as an office assistant, and now slowly and gradually she make herself comfortable in this job, and she tried to learn new things, new skills, add in his portfolio and in her portfolio, along with the expertise. And she always tried to convince people that how she can help, and she can add value in their business or in their lives. So that's how very that's how she written in her book. The reason why I read this book, because I want to know the ins and out about her life, and the way she and how she cultivate the habit of add the skills in herself. So this I found this book very relevant to me, because as I mentioned that I want to be pro in this industry and this course. So I highly recommend this book, because the book provide the insights, so anyone can enjoy, because it's not a thing which sorry, I can't. Thank
No,
you.
no, wonderful, wonderful. You spoke for 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I was just waiting for the catch of the end of your speech, because the thing is, you spoke very well, and the answers you frame are very good. Again, I'll repeat it for all the members joining in. Part two is all about how good of a story maker and framing your story in such a way that you answer the intentional questions asked to you. And you did the same part. And you have to be the fourth member tonight joining us. Wonderful there. I can't believe that it's your first time again. And I would give you a solid 8 out of 9, except the unending end. But again, the end was amazing. The story really seems to be impactful. Again, wonderful join. Thank you so much, Akshi.
Thank
I
you so much.
think you have.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think it was a really remarkable, uh, interesting topic for you to answer. Now, next we have on the list is Junior. Junior, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Wonderful,
Am I
Junior.
audible?
So, yes, you are audible, Junior. You are very audible. Let's bring a different question this time, and this is from a C1 speaker. So, think about it well. So, the question is, describe a souvenir you bought. I hope you know what a souvenir is.
No. Can you clear it out?
Won't be a problem. Let me change the question. I think it was a bit difficult. Yeah, we can take this. Describe a useful application or computer program that you have used the most, except Telegram. I'll repeat the question. Describe an useful app or computer program that you have used. You can talk about what that was, an application or computer program, why it was useful, and are you still using it? Try to
Can you
speak it
repeat?
for,
Can you repeat
yeah,
the follow-up question? Sorry, I could not.
I'll repeat the follow-up questions. What it was, an application or computer program, how
Mhm.
was it useful for you, and have you been using it till present? You are given 30 seconds to think about it. I know it's your first time, and give it your best
Yeah.
shot. So 30 seconds for you goes now.
Okay.
You can start whenever you're ready. And for all those members who are here with us, a gentle reminder, the list completes with Amrit next to Rajat, followed by Rashmi. It's Amrit, Rajat, and Rashmi. I am so sorry that we couldn't have any more members. As you can see, time is elapsing pretty quick tonight. But yes, let's move ahead with Junior, and apologies for those who couldn't be a participant today. Yes, Junior, are you ready?
Mm, yeah, okay.
The stage is all yours.
Um, well, one of the most useful applications I have come across is Duolingo. It's a language learning app, and I started using it when I wanted to improve my English. So the app is designed in such an interactive way that it feels more like playing a game than studying. It has different levels. As you progress, you unlock new topics and practice areas like vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. What makes it even better is the daily reminders to keep up your streak, which keeps you basically motivated. So for me, it was incredibly useful because I could practice anytime, even if I had just 5 minutes. So I was practicing, and the best part is that it's free. There is no like there is no need to pay any single penny for this. Whereas I find there are other applications for the same purpose, like like an arm and they cost an arm until like I. Mm, okay, though there is a this application has also this premium version too. Honestly, it really helped me a lot to get a decent grasp of the basics of this language. And today, whatever I'm able to speak, this application has a lot like contribution uh, to my fluency efficiency. So yes, I could even hold even in this application there is a feature where I can hold even conversations after a certain level. There is a feature of interacting with the few like people from different cities, different countries also. So it depends on the level, like how many level you are uh, crossing. All in all, I can say that I have been using it for last 1.5 years, and it has been giving me a wonderful outcome. And I'm quite elated with this application, all the features and programs. So, yeah, that's all.
Wonderfully spoken. You spoke for exactly 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And I remember you were the one in the last session who said, I'm not prepared, but I think you're prepared now. Very well spoken. It was a straight 7.5 out of 9 band for this part. Again, you really spoke well, but I just need to tell this or inform this. This is a new thing. Natural pauses. Now, we don't talk about this a lot, but in IELTS, not only for part 2, but part 1 and part 3 as well, having pauses is not bad. Now, this was a pause I took for a second. Again, do you think I'm a bad speaker while I take these pauses? No. Natural pauses are a part of a great speaker, and it's nothing to shy about. Rather than taking a spot like, I think this is the right. No, you can take a natural pause. It won't deduct your marks, and that sounds more professional, like I did right now and right now. It's a good practical way to understand that natural pauses are a huge part of our speech. The more you take, the better it is, and it should look professional. So if you are still nervous with what should I speak next, this is a pause you can take. So Junior, apart from the natural pause session, it was a wonderful speech you had delivered. The story was concise, clear, and it answered all the required questions. Thank you for joining in. I hope the feedback was useful.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for this invaluable feedback. What I could not get is that okay, didn't I have natural pauses? So I need to have some pauses where it's needed. Is this the feedback? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, you're right. The thing is, either we stamper
Yeah.
when we have to take pause, or
Mhm.
we take it like this.
Yeah.
It
So
can be
is
of
okay.
no.
This.
Again,
Mhm.
it's fine. I was much more naive when I started speaking English, but this is a natural
Ac-
pause I took. Yeah.
mhm. Actually, the thing was that was, I mean, the answer was altogether fabricated when it's like so spontaneously I made it up. I cooked it up. It's not something, no, I actually, in reality, I don't use this application, but I know it. I know about it. So therefore, I went for that. probably because
The
of that.
thing
But yeah.
is, that's the art of a very good speaker. You made it sound in such a way that for a second I thought, oh wow, she is a good speaker because of Duolingo. And that is the winning spot. It does not actually
Okay.
matter if you had actual like I haven't done skydiving, but I remember my
Mhm.
IELTS part 2 question was an amazing adventurous activity that you have done. I could have said tracking, but it was not that engaging. I started speaking about skydiving, and all that I could learn about skydiving was from National Geography. I never had practical approach to it. I made up my own story. And I literally spoke what I listened a few years ago to Bear Grylls while he was doing the skydiving. Does it matter? And I can give the same speech right now, and almost everyone in the VC will believe I did it. That's the art of speech. And you'll get it by practice. But you
Okay,
spoke pretty
okay.
well.
Thank you. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Yeah. So let's move ahead with one of our member who wanted to join but couldn't. Uh, I hope it was Seema. Seema, would you like to join right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
Seema.
give me a topic that is most interesting animal.
Yes, I did. So you're given 2 minutes now at most to talk about an interesting animal. You can talk about why it fascinates you, what the animal is, and I'll give you an extra question. Would you like to pet it? So your
Yes,
time
definitely.
starts now.
Okay. Uh, the selected topic for me you gave me that is most interesting animal. I would like to tell you that every animal in this world and in this creature is very beautiful and interesting. One of these, I love fish. Uh, uh, my favorite most interesting animal is fish. I love.
You're doing good. Try to frame more, add more to it. You're almost done.
Sorry, sir.
It's okay. No,
I'm very
it's
worried
okay.
about it.
It's okay. Take this home. It's a takeaway for you. Take this topic home. Record yourself. Record the voice again and again. Record it once, record it twice. Listen to yourself. Add what you are missing. Go Google, search about it. A fish. What can I talk about? I like fish. What kind? Is it a carp? Is it a tuna? Is it a domesticated fish? I can love shark as well, but I cannot domesticate or pet shark. Think about it. Wide your scope while you're speaking, and it will help you not only for this IELTS session of part 2. You can be a future debater. You can be a future MUN participant. You can do anything with this expanded knowledge. So takeaway, it's a takeaway for you. It's like a homework. I won't be here
When
for the
part
next
to
session,
go.
so yes,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
When part two debate is going on?
We'll talk about that as well. It won't be a problem. That's a different topic to discuss. But for you, this is your homework. Think about it more. Okay? Thank you for joining, Seema. I hope this part of session was good for you. So
Okay.
let's move ahead with the next member. That is Amrit. Yes, Amrit. It's finally you.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Oh, very good evening. I hope you're no more nervous. I hope you write the
Well, I
same thing.
am, but okay. I think.
Don't worry. Everyone started the same. I was there once where you are. It will take time. You will be a great speaker. But for you, it's a special question, and I have saved it for the night. And so, for everyone, for the very first time, we are taking a question on demand, which we don't take, and usually in IELTS this does not happen. But for our ridiculous and happy participant, the question for you is again related to the stadium, the sports stadium. So, describe a sports stadium which is famous in your country. I'll repeat. Describe a sports stadium that is famous in your country. You can talk about what sport goes in it. Why is it why is it famous in your country, and where is it located?
Uh,
You're given 30 seconds to think about it.
I think
Don't hurry.
I'm prepared for it because I have listened this question and I give it a thought.
Wonderful. I like the energy there, Amrit. So the time for you starts now. Keep it under 2 minutes. You're ready to go.
If I exceed the time limit, please stop me as I am not having timer with me.
No worries. Just try to anticipate it by yourself, but I will interrupt you at the mark of 2 minutes. You can
Thank you.
start now.
Okay. So one important sports stadium in India I would like to talk about, which is Narendra Modi Stadium, and it is located in Ahmedabad, to be precise, in Gujarat. And the stadium is not just significant. Is famous for its site, but it also plays a very important role. It is the biggest stadium in entire world. Yes, it is not about only India. It is about entire world. And I think the stadium has originally built in 1983 when India won the World Cup in the same year. And it is not same anymore because it has undergone several renovations in it. And with the most recent upgrade completed in recent, I'm not precise with the year, but it might be 2020 or 2021. And now if we look at the stadium, it is really very beautiful, and it is pleasant for our eyes. And this stadium has a capacity of, I think it is also the in capacity also it is the largest stadium. It has capacity of 1,30,000 or 40,000 viewers. They can sit together and watch the match, enjoy the match, which is the more than any stadium globally. This it is it is the thing which fascinates it. And there is a fun fact that Suman Gill, which is the favorite player of this young generation, it is his favorite stadium because whenever he plays there, he plays nicely. And how can I forget that last 19 November 2023 where India lost the World Cup? It was really a bitter truth. It is really a bitter truth for us. But well, how can I forget that moment? And personally, I think the Narendra Modi Stadium is an iconic place where fans from all over India, and why I'm saying all over India only, even abroad, come together to celebrate the sport, to enjoy the sport, and to enjoy the life. It is not just a stadium; it is a place that brings people closer to the games and creates an atmosphere of unity and pride. And it is not about this stadium, but yes, in this stadium, as it is having capacity of tremendous 1,30,000, it is this is the reason why I'm saying that it is keeping the essence of a sports in it. So it is my favorite
Well,
stadium.
well, well. Thank you so much, Amrit. This has to be a remarkable day for me. This has to be a remarkable day in the history of IELTS session. I don't know about the previous ones, but I came to explore your side of a good speaker. But I know now, apart from being just a good speaker, you are an exceptional knowledge keeper and a cornerstone about cricket. Yes, I cannot forget the 19th day of loss of India. Thank you for reminding us, all of us, about that. But apart from that, wonderful speech, and it was really heartfelt. The emphasis, the pauses, it was pretty accurate. Yeah, you were missing a bit of grammatical errors, but the boost, the energy, I could feel it. It felt like I'm sitting in an auditorium listening to your heartfelt speech about cricketing history and the stadium. I don't know about Shubman Gill. It's also now one of my very favorite stadiums. Thank you so much, Amrit. Your speaking skills are amazing. It might not suit for the standards of IELTS, but you are an amazing demonstrator, motivational speaker. You can keep this up. Thank you so much for joining in, Amrit.
It was my first time when I was taking part in second. I don't know the name of this part, and you are my favorite host, so I was very nervous and I was literally shivering. But yeah, eventually it is nice, and I came out of it.
I'm speechless. Thank you so much. If I'm your favorite, that's an honor for me more than you. Thank you so much.
I
See you
mean,
once. Yeah, there will be more sessions I will be taking up with you as well. Thank you so much.
Please suggest me the area for improvement, please.
Sorry to disturb you, Saksham.
Yes, Hemant.
Uh, other people are not allowed to speak, or we need to participate first.
Yeah, but now we are almost out of time. It's my apologies for everyone. We cannot take any more participants. We have Rajat and Rashmi in the line, and that's it for our today's session. We're almost 2 minutes ahead of the schedule. So sorry, Hemant, but that's not the last time I'm here. Don't worry, there are more sessions to come up. There are more special things about sessions as well. Exclusivity will stay intact. Not a problem, Hemant. You can sit
Please,
back.
areas for improvement. I want to know, please.
Areas of improvement, you boost your energy is over everything. Even if you make minor mistakes, it hides the same. That's how I started, I remember. I used to make a lot of mistakes, but the hype, the energy, the vocation, it is above everything. You have no scope of improvement, to be honest. You just need practice, and that's it. And less about talking about cricket. There might be some difficult topic, but you should always stay intact with having the same enthusiasm. But wonderful there.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. So next time I will love to talk about unique topics.
Wonderful. Let's move ahead with the next participant, and it is Rajat. Rajat, it's finally your turn. Rajat, are you even there in the VC? He wanted to be there. If someone can tag him and invite him, it would be great. Else we can move ahead with our next and the wild card participant. We thought we couldn't move any further, but we could. Rashmi, after your indigenous responses, yes, you are there in the queue as well. Rashmi, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am there, and thank you to choose me to participate.
No, I couldn't deny your enthusiasm in the chat. I'm reading it as well. Don't worry. So I hope by this time you know the rules and regulation of the of this part of session. It's part 2 IELTS. Please keep a piece of paper and pen alongside with you. The topic for you tonight is describe a product you bought that you were happy with. I'll repeat it again. Describe a product you bought that you were happy with. You should say what you brought, how you brought it, why you bought it, and explain why you were able to be happy with it. I'll repeat and quickly note it down. What you bought it, how you bought it, why you bought it, and explain why you were happy with it. You're given 30 seconds to think, and please start when you're ready. And to acknowledge, if Rajat is not there in the meeting, in this VC, this is the last participant for the night. If Rajat is not there in the VC, Rashmi is our last participant for the night.
What I like is few months ago it's Deepavali festival, and I most wanted to bought a lipstick, but my mother was not wanting me to apply that like in daily day, in regular days. So I asked her, and she said okay, you can. So we went to a local shop in the market, and I bought 2 lipsticks for me, and I'm so happy that I'm applying them every single day. Like since that the day I bought them till since that day to now, I like to apply the lipstick even though I not go to outside of my home or anywhere, but still I love because something like I'm feeling connected. And what I would say, lipstick, like when I bought that, usually I don't like colorful or more loud lipsticks. I was finding, and I tried to find, I checked so much lipstick. It took me 2 hours approximately to just pick a shade for me. And when I pick that shade for me. Actually, I didn't choose by myself. The woman, the seller, said to me, this will be look good on you. So I purchased that thing, and when I applied that, actually it was nude color, and I am so feeling good, like it was for me, it's like my dream come true. Like whenever I went, I like to apply that. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that thing. It is just a lipstick, and it is not like I never ever used lipstick before. I am using this since a long time, but still I love that product. And yeah, that is what I bought, and I'm feeling happy. But few days before, that somehow I don't know what happened, but it broke. So yeah, I'm little bit I'm not happy and sad also, I can say.
Wonderful. Again, a very good story by a good story maker. You did answer all the questions, but again, you flew a bit more towards the emotions. I think you were too attached to a lipstick lady. Not a problem. I love the enthusiasm, love the cherishing nature. Again, that point of grammatical errors. But again, that comes with practice. The more you practice, the better it is. Try to listen to more grammar-based sentences. Yes, you can refer to some books, or if you want, you can refer to good speakers in the EL as well. We have a vocabulary EL group as well. This link was shared previously. We can share the link as well. It will help you to make a precision judgment when to put a vocabulary and where to put it. But sentence framing was good. Ideas were amazing. So, Rashmi,
Thank you.
takeaway points for you. A few
Yes, sir, I
grammatical
will.
errors and good
Yes, sir,
vocabulary. That's it.
I'm aware with the grammatical errors, and I'm trying to fix, but I forget sometimes while speaking. It is so hard for me to identify the errors before speaking. So that is why, maybe because I don't practice every day, and I try to go in other sessions to speak regularly.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rashmi. And that marks the end for our session tonight. There has to be an heck of a session. Wonderful, everyone. I have to say this for all the 61 participants joining in tonight, 34 of them with us present right now. Some of the fans, thank you, Amrit. Some of the best speakers, Bunny, and countless number of them. I'm sorry if I can't take the names. It was an amazing session with you guys. And when I listen to you, you think, oh, he's explaining us answers. This means he's helping us out. No, I learn a lot. I learn every day. And that's my skill. And thanks to you, to all my teachers. I'm so sorry that we have to end this session now. My most apologies, my strict apologies to everyone who joined, took their time out. But I think it was a wonderful session. It was a session to take away, something you can take it as a cornerstone. Again, I'll say this. I had a time a few years ago when I was not a good speaker, and I won't say you guys are bad speakers. You are amazing speakers. You need to find that spark. I did myself, and I'm here to help you guys as well. No one is bad speaker in this world. It's just to find that spark that lit inside of us. And that is here what my job is to lit that spark. If you said to me, it's my first time, then I'll put more pressure. I'll put more efforts on you because your first time can be your forever. You might not remember this night. 10 years later, you might think, oh, that guy that day pushed me to understand English, to learn more. What about IELTS? He taught me, he told me. The similar goes with you. So just take that leap of step. That's the faith you need to cover. That's it. That's why we use the term a leap of faith. That's it. Push yourself. I can't speak 50 members, 60 members. I might make errors. Make errors. That's how you're going to learn. Once again, a wonderful audience. I would say I'll stop speaking the word audience. It's a family. Wonderful family. The EL family. I hope I was a good host. Once again, this is Saksham, the host for IELTS session part 2. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying intact. And if we have any of the hosts among with us right now, please do change the title and stop the recording. What a wonderful way to end. Thank you so much, everyone.